Hey, Mike here with Mike's Bags, and today I'm reviewing Shadow by X Level Cornhole. When X Level reached out to me about this, I really didn't know much about X Level, and I knew nothing about the Shadow bags. This was their latest release, and they told me, hey, we've got a bag that's comparable to the Cat 3. I was immediately intrigued. I have done a review on the Cat 3. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you have seen it, you'll know I love the Cat 3. It's a great bag, iconic bag. It's kind of the bag that put Cornhole scenario on the map. Awesome bag. So I was very intrigued to say, oh, you've got something comparable to that. But I was also skeptical because I've had companies reach out before and say, hey, we've got a bag that's just like whatever popular bag that's out there. You get the bag in and go, well, okay, it's the same materials, but that's where it ends. And to me, a bag is more than just the materials, right? You've got to have the materials, but you also got to have the same fill, the same template, the same amount of fill, the same corners, the same. It's got to play the same. There's so much more to a bag than just the materials. So I was pretty skeptical. I was like, okay, you know what? Let's take a look at them. Got the bags in, and first thing I noticed was the design. It blew me away. This is an awesome design. I love the way it looks, love the way they pop. I don't know if they're really going to stand out on camera very well, but it's a clean look. It's got that boxer in the background. Backside's a little closer to the boxer. It's got the X Level here. I just love the way it looks. It really blew me away. Picked the bag up, and I was like, wow, that feels pretty good. Feels like a Cat 3. So I picked up my Cat 3 bag, which I've got my Cat 3 bags loaned out, so I don't have them right now. Otherwise, I'd have it up here showing you. But I picked it up, and I was like, man, they feel a lot alike. So I called my son over and said, close your eyes. I put one bag of each in his hand and said, can you tell the difference? And he was like, no, they feel the same. I was like, yeah, okay. So they feel the same. I was impressed. And as far as the feel will go, well, I'll kind of run through this real quick in case you haven't seen the Cat 3. This low side here is a really soft material. I love this material, the way it feels in the hand. It's super soft, feels great. Cornhole Scenario listed as a 7-speed on their website. X Level listed as a 6-speed for this bag. I think it's somewhere in between that 6 to 7 range. Maybe I go 6.5, maybe 6 to 6.5, somewhere in that. It's a great material for playing that run the bag in the hole type style game, but you can also block with this as well. The fast side is that all popular Viper fast side, one of my favorite fast side materials, 9-speed. I love it. It's crazy fast, hard to really play fast side down unless you're on a really sticky board, but it's awesome for pushing through any block, any congestion on the board, blowing through that. You can clean up most any mess with this. It's just a great combination here. The template, it's kind of that mid-size, that average size template, kind of that sweet spot there. However, it is a fuller filled bag. It's a little bit fuller, and maybe that's the one difference I think I noticed from the Cat 3 was this bag felt a little fuller. And it's a very minuscule difference, but it felt slightly fuller to me. Now, and that could be my Cat 3 is a little more broke in, maybe that's why, but just wasn't quite as floppy. But I didn't dislike that at all. And in fact, I think it added a little bit more playability to it than with the Cat 3, and I'll get to that in a moment here. But all in all, it also has that flat disc fill that Cornhole Scenario uses, so it gives it that nice hand feel. So you've got the same materials, you've got the same fill, it's the same template. All in all, everything about the bag is identical to the Cat 3. So okay, I'm really intrigued, but I want to see how this plays because sometimes you get out there and go, wow, this bag just for some reason plays different than the other one. So playability on this, again, I mentioned this is a slow side that you're pretty much going to be running bags up the hole, running bags up the board, putting them in the hole, trying to outscore your opponent. However, what I love about this speed, even though it's got 6 to 6.5 speed, kind of that mid to faster speed range on there, it doesn't take much to slow this bag down, and you can throw a blocker here and there. I wouldn't recommend playing a dirty style game with this bag unless you've got really sticky boards. That's really not what this bag is necessarily designed for, but you can do it. You know, throw a blocker here and there when needed, or just to kind of change things up on your opponent. You can definitely do it with this bag. And because it's that fuller filled bag, it's so easy to collect. Yeah, I've mentioned this in some other reviews about when you do a floppy bags. If you got a floppy bag, if you clip the corner, the bag just bunch up, spin around, and don't do anything. Because these bags are fuller filled, you just got to catch that corner, and that bag will just move, and it'll just drag that bag right around. Either take it with it or spin it around and have it hang in the hole in your next bag, clips it, and takes it in. So easy to collect, which means it makes I'm not scared to put a blocker a little further over my opponent's side because I know I don't need to take much of this. I just need to be able to catch that one corner, and I can drag it. I don't have to come further over. So again, you put that blocker more on your opponent's side, more in their way, make them get around. It's also, a nice enough template that, you put that blocker over there in your first bag, you can get around it and then come back and collect it, with your third or fourth bag, right? I will say the one really negative, and I think it's the only negative I really had on this bag, is this slow side material for whatever reason, and it may be a combination of this material and the fill, it will tend to want to hang on the hole and not melt in like you would expect a faster bag to do. I found a lot of times it would kind of get up there and hang, and just like the fill stopped moving, and it just wouldn't keep falling in. If it's on the front edge, front corners, no big deal, you can collect it. When it became a problem was when it was on the back edge, the back corners. Even though it was the first bag I threw, spun around, sat back there, I could throw 3 more bags and hit it, and it just wouldn't come in. A lot of times a faster bag, when it's hanging there, just the next bag or next couple bags hitting the boards enough vibration to kind of move it and bring it in. I wasn't fine with this, so if I had a bag on that back lip and I wanted to collect it, I really had to make a decision and get aggressive and airmail drag it or go really hard with the bag, hoping to hit it and pull it back in. And it becomes a little riskier. But again, that's the only negative, and I don't think that is enough to really knock this bag, because everything else it does is awesome. Again, I mentioned this fast side for pushing through messes. So if you put a blocker out there, most of the time put a blocker, I'm still going to try to collect to the slow side unless my opponent is a blocker, I back block, and now I want to clean up. If I'm trying to take more than one bag, then I'll flip over fast side. Or if I've got to push a little further, or if I just don't want to have to throw hard, you can go to fast side and just throw an easy throw, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be fast enough to push through and collect that one blocker setting out there. So all in all, the playability, I was very impressed. I love the way this bag played. It has kind of found its way into my backpack and stayed there. You know, when I'm doing a review of a bag, I will a lot of times put it in my backpack and take it with me, because I want to know how it plays more than just when I'm throwing by myself. I want to know how it plays when I'm playing against other people and other bags on the board. So I'll put it in my backpack and try it out for a week or two. This one kind of made its way in my bag and it's just stayed there. I really love this bag. I've become a huge fan of this bag. It's blown me away, and I didn't expect to come here and say that. I was very skeptical, and I thought I was going to come here and say, you know, this is a very close Cat 3, but it just doesn't live up to the hype. But honestly, it's everything a Cat 3 is, and then some. I don't think I forgot to mention the added fill. I mentioned how it's a little fuller bag. What I found is a Cat 3 tends to land softly, kind of land soft and just slide up at the hole. What I found this bag is when it would hit, it landed pretty soft, but it still had a little bit of movement to it. And I was noticing as I was throwing sometimes, it wanted to kind of hop like you get on a bead-filled bag or like a fuller carpet bag. So it intrigued me. I thought, well, if it's got that movement, maybe I can try to roll or flop it. And sure enough, I had some success rolling and flopping this bag. That's something I can't do with a Cat 3. So I really found that this, for whatever reason, and I don't know if it's just that fuller fill in there, and you know, I don't know. For whatever reason, I had success rolling this more than I have on a Cat 3. And so it adds another option that you have to get around or over an opponent's block with this bag, besides just, you know, airmailing or pushing through. You can airmail, push. You can even cut with this bag, which you can cut with the Cat 3, but you can cut around this bag. But you can also roll it or flop it if that's your gameplay. So keep that in mind. All in all, again, absolutely love the bag. As far as availability on the bag goes, Cat 3's almost impossible to get. They do drops releases, but when they do them, they go super fast. You just got to get lucky on the website to get them. And when you do hit one at retail with shipping, it's like 162 shipped to you. This bag, $80 shipped to your door, half the price of the Cat 3. All you have to do is go check out X Level Cornhole on Facebook, send them a message and reach out, and you can probably get yourself a set pretty quickly, I would guess. Also check out, there is a Facebook group called Team X Level Cornhole, kind of a fan group for X Level Cornhole players. And a lot of times there are people listing bags, or they've got used bags they want to sell, trade, whatever. You can pick some up there, as well as X Level will announce when they have drops releases coming up. They'll announce that information in the Facebook group Team X Level Cornhole. So check that out. But if you're looking for a set, like I said, $80 shipped to you. Awesome. That's the lower end price of Cornhole bags. Very reasonable. It's well worth the $80. I recommend picking yourself up a set. In fact, I was on the team Facebook group, and someone had a set of these that they were trying to sell. I picked up a second set for the sole purpose that I want to give a set away here to one of you guys. I just think it's that good of a bag. I want to kind of help promote it along. So kind of like I did in the past, just drop a comment down below, and all I want you to do is comment shadow, just one word, shadow, nothing else. Just say shadow in a comment, and then I'll reply back with a number. I'll run this through till once a week, so I'll go till next Sunday, which is September 4th. So we'll say 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday, September the 4th. I'll double check the date, but I'm pretty sure that's right. We'll cut this off. And so comment down below, the word shadow, nothing else. I'll reply back with the number, and then after it's done, we'll do a wheel, a random number generator, a duck, or something like that. Pick a winner, and I'll send these bags out to somebody that following week to you. But In the meantime, if you want to pick up a set for yourself, go check out X Level Cornhole on Facebook. I do think you'll fall in love with this bag as much as I have. Wonderful bag, and appreciate your support, guys. I thank you so much for watching.